Hello. All right. So now part of what we are doing our work is we are looking at policy, OPA policy testing. Policy actually, we are not doing testing right now. Sorry. Now I was looking at if this is something that we can implement in our infrastructure. Now we have a bunch of OPA policy enforced through the gatekeeper, the OPA gatekeeper. Now, what about writing testing for those policies? So that led me to this particular phase, right? How do we make sure the policy is behaving as intended? And also, is there a way for you to integrate this kind of policy into the pipeline? As you can see, these are rigors, right? Basically, you get an input, you access the input, and it's either passes or fails, blah blah blah. Now, to write a test, it's actually pretty easy, right? For example, I'm trying to write a test. Simply, input. I simply pass in this input to, right, to this Rego to test this particular uh, Rego policy. So it's the same thing. Uh, I'm also doing a test here, right? I'm checking that is not allowed, passed it. This is going to, I'm checking that this is not allowed with this particular input, right? You see, in testing is actually pretty easy, right? All you have to do is just pass in the input. And also the way to run tests in OPA is OPA test. So with this, I see a way that this could be integrated into a pipeline for you to run, right? So, try to detect if your policy is actually meeting the specified benchmark. Now, one other interesting thing that I saw about the policy is that right, you can modify the data, right? For example, uh, uh, in my test, right, I wanted to pass in data of policy that is going to be used here. Where is it going to be used? Right here, right? Data row. I can do that from the test also. So I can, with this particular keyword, I can pass in or make changes or set certain values in the input, right? It's the same thing I'm saying with input, as that input equals to this, data.policy equals to this, data.row equals to this. That's exactly what I'm doing here. So I really like this. We have not implemented this in production or in any of our test environment. It's just something I'm looking at. Maybe if anyone wants to look into, could be a very good way for you to, uh, first of all, be absolutely sure that your policy is meeting a certain criteria, especially if this is integrated into like a CI pipeline, right? It's going to help you catch, faulty policy, because in most cases, like especially if you're writing policy with OPA, you only um, you only detect a failure of the Rego policy in after deployment in most cases, right? So you can't really tell from CI. So this is a very good way for to test in CI. All right, that's what we have. This is what I'm hoping that I can bring up in our environment that we can talk about.